Hey, first, it's great to see you, but I've got to tell you something. 2024, 2025, following you on social media, was this like the best year in some months of your life? Because I don't even want to say some of the things that are going on without, if you don't say it, I'm going to say it. A lot has happened. Your life has changed a lot. What has been going? Do I like do this
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all this
Hint,
other
hint.
stuff? Hit,
Yeah, hint,
hit.
hint.
What's been going on?
Oh, so much stuff, man. Yes, I did. I got engaged to love of my life, and that was a really big moment for me and for us, and then for our families. Yeah, everything else has been beautiful. It's honestly, I think everything has kind of led me to this point here. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And that was probably one of the things that I was most excited for this year. I made her wait till the last freaking second of last year, made her question it a little bit, but it was a lot of fun.
Can you go over it, please? Because it was amazing. I saw the pictures and I loved it.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, honestly, it's tough lying. For anybody that's proposed before, lying about that is one of the hardest things because the lies just like pile up. They keep go like you make one lie and then you have to figure out another lie to lie about that lie. It's terrible. And honestly, her friends and our close or our I guess mutual friends and our families really helped make it all happen. We surprised her. I brought her family in. And she had no idea they were coming up, and we did it beautifully at Leisureman Hotel in Ottawa. They hooked it up so nice. And she didn't, she had a feeling at one point, Rudy. She had a feeling, and then I crushed her
Wow.
dreams because I couldn't have her know. And then finally we pulled it off. So it was good. I'm glad I don't have to lie anymore.
Bravo. Congratulations on that. And of course, we come into 2025, which is the reason why we are speaking. A certain something from a big certain something has dropped into your lap. What is going on where I can say
Wait, are we
congratulations?
talking about Junos? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, congratulations on the Juno nomination.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's you know what? It's one of the things when I took a step back from being an artist for a couple years and really wanted to reassess what I wanted and how to be happy again doing what I felt I loved. I sat down with myself and maybe a couple glasses of wine and I just kind of, listed out all the goals that I wanted, short term, long term, big, small. I really wrote it out to hold myself accountable. And one of the goals I put on there is getting my own, Juno nom. I'm often announced as a four-time Juno nominee, this or that, but it wasn't my own, and I really wanted my own with the new music, my own story. And so to get that, I didn't realize how much I wanted it, candidly, until the morning of, and I was like, oh, I want this nom this year, and it was beautiful to receive it.
Okay, what's the nomination and what track is this nominated for?
It's pop album of the year, so does the
Album.
entire EP I put out, yeah, and it's called If This Is It. And I wanted to make this project that was just like, if this was the last body work I ever put out, this is what I want y'all to listen to. This is me.
Now, I'm gonna ask you about, the theme of this, but you're up against some heavyweights in this
I sure friggin'
category.
am, Rudy. God. I love everybody in the category. Honestly, I'm such a big fan. You obviously, you look at people like Sean and Tate, and they're such a beautiful representation of how incredible the Canadian music industry is, and how talented. I think the immense talent we have in this country that is going international. And you look at people like Alexander and Preston. I'm such a big fan of their work and what they're doing. And I think what I love about this category is that you can never go wrong. I certainly have no expectations walking into the Junos this year, and if anything, I have an expectation that certainly it will be handed off to, one of the other four incredible talents in the category. But what's nice about it is that every single person is very deserving of it.
Absolutely. But I'm going for you and Preston, just so you know.
God bless you.
Yeah, no, going for both of you. Okay, so what does this project mean for you when you first created this? What was going on?
I think that I was at a part in my career where I had really put a lot of effort in coming back and doing things the way I believe in doing things. I think that um, I've always cared what people say, when I walk out of a room. I think that's a very important thing. And I think that when I came back in this era of Jamie Fine, I wanted to maintain this level of integrity, getting everything that I've ever wanted, because I think it's easy to kind of slip and not stay integral, getting everything you've ever wanted. And that proved to be really difficult. I think that I started the journey, the new era of Jamie Fine, focusing on the music in a world where it's not just about the music anymore, right? TikTok and Instagram Reels and social media in general, it plays a really big part in artists and what we do. I'm not a content creator. I never wanted to be a content creator. I wanted to make music, and having to kind of shift, knowing that you can complain about it all you want, but you still got to do it. If you want to be an artist nowadays, you got to do it. And so just shifting my mentality when it got time to writing this project. I think that I had done so much work on my mental health, knowing that I had to accept how I am. I ebb and flow constantly throughout the day, especially with all the struggles that I have. And so I wanted to write a project where I was very selfish. I wanted to write something that showed how my brain just constantly does this. And I wanted the listeners to be able to be as selfish listening to it as I was making it. So a lot of artists will put out, an album and say, I spent so much time on the track listing. You got to listen to it top to bottom. Not this project. You guys get to listen to it as selfishly as you'd like and pick whatever you're feeling that second of that day. Pick that song and go. You don't got to listen to it top to bottom. That's what this project is for me.
This might be a funny question, but do you feel like, because the word selfish came up a lot, do
Mhm.
you feel your success is because you had to be selfish? A, becoming from a duo to a solo artist. B, stepping away from the music, even though your fans wanted you. And three, finding the right relationship where you said, no, this is who I want to be with, and nothing's changing that. Is selfishness a part of success for you? And I say that with respect.
Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful question. I've always said to everybody, we all need to learn how to be selfish in healthy ways so that we can be selfless in healthy ways. If our cups are too full, we have nothing to give. And so I think that we just need to redefine what the term selfishness is. If I make plans with somebody and a day before, I'm hit with a big wave of like, I can't get out of bed. My cup is full. I got to take care of myself. I have to be able to say, I'm sorry, I can't make it. That's technically being very selfish, but it's being selfish in a healthy way so that the next week I can show up for that person. I think we need to redefine what that is. And for me, I did a lot of work to redefine. My cup was constantly overflowing because I thought that being selfish was the worst thing I could possibly be in the world. And I learned that, the hard way, but a really important way, that I can't show up for anybody if my cup is overflowing. So I learned how to take care of myself first. And with my music, I will always write music for me first because that's how I get the most authentic followers. I don't care what's trending because at that point, I'm writing music for everybody else and me last. That is my diary. That's my journal. That is everything that I am. And that's how I express myself. I'll write music for me first. And I think that's why I have such a beautiful, I know everyone says that about their fans. I have such a beautiful fan base, because they get me, they know me, they're like me. That's what I love most about what I do.
So, what advice would you have given you, I would say 20 years ago? What advice would you have given? You're young then, but I mean, still, what advice would you have given?
I would say there's two. The first is do it scared. I think there's a lot of time that I let fear get in the way and I curdled away rather than just one, two, three jumping it. You can be scared and still do things. The two can coexist. So I'd say that. And the other one is I'd say the other one is I think what I said earlier, who you are when you walk out of a room is also important. How people view you in terms of, if you're respectful and kind and honest and integral, uh, don't lose who you are along the way because it's never going to be worth it. You're going to have to go back and retrace your steps anyway.
Well, Tracy and Steps is back to Vancouver. So, what are the plans so far? Do we know if you're doing any showcases? Are you just going to be down there for fun? Is the other half going to be there with you? Like, what's going on?
We're working on getting her out there. She has some work, so we're trying to figure out how to get her out there as well. I am playing at Juno Fan Fest, which I'm really, really excited about. We're bringing the band out, and it's the first time I'm actually doing any kind of performance stuff surrounding the Junos, so I'm very, very excited.
I am so happy for you. Congratulations. You so deserve this. Oh, before we go, 2025, what's the rest going on after the Junos, win or lose?
Well, 21st, I got a song coming out with Sean Desmond that I'm so excited about. Initially, I just wrote, we got in it. Yeah.
Wait a second. Here we are, the guy who you're competing with for pop album.
Sean
And
Desmond, not Sean Mendes.
oh,
Sean
Sean
Desmond.
Desmond.
Sean Desmond.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Okay, I almost lost myself, but I'm still gonna go. Okay, so what's going on with you and Sean Desmond?
we you know what, I was in Niagara with a couple of buddies, and he texted me and he was like, listen, I'd love to get in a session with you just to write for my upcoming stuff. And I'm like, great. I head in Toronto, we write a first song. It wasn't anything memorable. We write a second song that kind of we started, get in the next day, finish it. It's insane. He cuts the whole thing, and then the day after that he sends me a message and he says, babe, you got to be on this with me. And I was like, let's freaking go. And it's just like, it was the organic collaboration. So that's coming out March 21st. It's called Body. It's one of my favorite tracks I've done in a minute. It's so fun. And working with Sean is such a blessing.
Is this the first time you're working with Sean? Because Sean has gone through a renaissance in the last 2.5, 3 years, where he was sort of quiet doing his thing. And then after what happened with the whole thing with Drake and bringing up all the Canadian artists that he looked up to and bringing them all together, it's like it's been like boom, boom. What has been like to work with 2.0 in this point in his career and 2.0 in a lot of ways in this point in your career?
I think that's the beauty behind it. Like, that's the poeticness behind it, right? Is that we're both kind of in this other era of our life. When I was a little bit younger, he's not much older than I am. When I was a little bit younger, I looked up to him in a really big way, just in terms of his performance, in terms of his musicality. He was such a big part of all of us growing up.
Mhm.
Um, I think that what's great about Sean is that it's not just this, quick revamp. And I love the word renaissance you just used. It's not this quick comeback and like, oh, okay, that was nice, bye. He's like touring, like he has this beautiful career, again, and I think that's beautiful. So yeah, working with him is probably one of the highlights of my career because of how much I respect him, him as an artist. And a mentor almost. He doesn't probably know that, but a mentor as well. But yeah, it's such, when you hear this, I'll send it to you after this, Rudy. I'll send you a little cut and you can listen to it. It is such a beautiful marriage. I never would have thought it, but me and Daddy Sean Desmond, baby, we are meant to be.
Now, even though I got a little confused because I just heard Sean and I just assumed if the other Sean ever asked for a duet, would you?
Oh, oh, Rudy, what do you think? No, sorry, I'm a little busy. Yeah, I think I would probably say yes.
I
Jeez.
love it. And any chance then with the signal single coming out and everything, any chance summertime, which is as we speak, slowly coming. We got to get the spring first. Any chance that you will tour?
Yeah, so we just got off a tour last week. We
Yep.
did 6 dates and then finished the East Coast. We're headed to South Africa in April. Yeah, we're doing a 3 week tour there, which is going to be amazing. And then we head back to Canada, do some festivals in the summer, working out a few of those deals, and then we're doing West Coast Canada end of October. So it's going to be a pretty busy year of touring for me.
2024 was amazing. 2025, the only way you can top it is the wedding. When is the wedding?
That's a really, we're trying not to U-Haul the wedding. Listen, we were gonna do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. We found this beautiful place in Texas. It's where everyone can drive. We have some family in the States. It was just kind of perfect. We want to do it very like not formally. And we found this gorgeous like estate to do it. It's actually where Willie Nelson performed his first summer concert. So it's like this old timey, like beautiful place. And then, I'm going to be on, not to get too political, but with everything happening in the States right now, I think, we want to take a little bit of a step back. I think the one thing, obviously, is our safety, not to be too
Yeah.
dramatic. The other is, we don't want to get married in a place where everyone's rights aren't being seen, especially in our community. And I think for us, that's a really big deal. I love being engaged. She's the love of my life. We're gonna get married. I am not worried about it. If we get married this year, next year, 5 years from now, we don't care. We're just in love. Who cares?
I just, again, so happy for you for
Thank
all
you.
your success and your hard work. Congratulations. Fingers are crossed for you for the Juno because I would love the next time we talk about it, you go, hey, here it is. Here
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Uh,
Anyways, congratulations. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you, Rudy. I appreciate you. Miss you, and I can't wait to see you.